So let's take a look at the primary authority. And when we take a look at the primary establishment of emotional authority as it takes place in the tribe, that brings us to the 1949, right from the beginning, when I told people that there were mystical channels. People get very excited about things like that. I remember hearing somebody tell somebody else that they had a mystical channel, and it sounded like they had a new Cadillac in the garage or something. It really is about very basic principles. The basic principles of how one establishes community. You establish community by finding a mate, you have children, and then you have community. Out of that comes the natural flow of things. The establishment of the personal mated bond and the establishment of the communal bond all operate out of this stream. Now remember that this is a stream of instinct. I have mentioned to you during this course about the emotional system and the way in which the waves operate differently depending on the nature of the stream. Many things operate very differently according to their stream theme. And the tribe, this is the best part. The tribe learns how to breathe by holding on to somebody else. Sannyasins in my life have taught me how to hug. So I've had to hug a lot of people. Ever since I've been in this job, I've been in the hugging end of this job, and I've had to hug a lot of people. Some people stop breathing when I hug them. This is something that you can see is absolutely collective or individual. It has nothing to do with the tribe. Because the only time that the tribe actually breathes properly is when somebody is holding them in their arms, or walking hand in hand with them, or having their hand around their shoulder. In other words, tribal breathing is something that comes out of bonding. One of those things to understand is that those different distinctions between collective, tribal, and individual is that they breathe differently as well. It tells you something about the magic of the tribe and why breath and smell is so important to the tribe and built into tribal communion. It tells you that you really have got to get close enough to the other person, touch the other person, be linked with the other person, bond with the other person in order to see whether you breathe okay with them or not. How many people say when they step out of a place they've been uncomfortable in, and they say, "Oh, I can finally breathe now." The emotional system is always unhealthy if it doesn't know how to breathe properly. It's always an indication that there is chaos going on in the emotional system. So when you're dealing with the tribe, one of the things to see is that the root of our mysticism is learning how to breathe in unison. That's why so much of tribal spirituality is built around chanting and ultimately prayers, where everybody is in the same breath pattern together. This is actually mystical. This is why we can be moved by harmonies, for example. All of a sudden, this coming together of different qualities, different tones, and this beauty that is possible when all the breathing is in unison. If you have enjoyed the show and would like to learn more about how all of this applies specifically to you, then kindly refer to the link in this video's description, Private Consultation. Here, we can dive into all of the details together in a recorded call. May your signature vibration of satisfaction, success, peace,
and surprise find you in a good way.